The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So the point in that sentence is you must be willing to do something you've never done before in order to get something that you've never had before. Hi everyone, it's Jaden with Refusing to be Mediocre. Today's video is all about your morning and evening routine and what you can do in order to change your current circumstances. So when I first heard that sentence, it really hit home for me that I was actually expecting a different life than the one that I was living, but wasn't actually changing anything that I was currently doing in my day-to-day life. I was revisiting some old journals over the weekend from many years ago when I started on my self-development journey, and I reread about when I started to get up at 5 o'clock. Now back when I initially started this, I was the typical person that laid in till 10, 11 a.m, probably had been out drinking all night, was hungover, and the last thing I wanted to do was get up at 5 a.m. Now it took me changing literally everything to eventually implement just getting up at 5 is just natural for me now. I wake up completely naturally around that time, and I structured a morning routine that was actually going to get me closer to where I'm wanting to be. But what I first did was I actually calculated the time that I was wasting on activities and stuff that I was doing that wasn't supporting the future that I was looking to have. And when I kind of worked out all the time that I was wasting on activities and people that weren't really heading in the right direction or the same direction that I was going in, it really hit home how many hours I was wasting and how many hours I could gain if I just dropped even at 50% of the rubbish that I was doing. But the main trick I learned was gaining time in the morning, especially when other people aren't awake. Getting up at 5 a.m. when everybody else is asleep gives you this enormous psychological kind of edge. Straight away you feel like you've got a head start on the day, and you just gain so many more hours in your life. For me, not much productivity happens after kind of 8 p.m, and I realised that is really watching TV until 11, 12, or out drinking until 11, 12 at night really supporting the life that I'm looking to lead? And the answer was no. So I just started going to bed earlier so that getting up at 5 was just so much easier. It did take a little while for it to become basically a habit where I didn't even have to think about it, and it just became weird if I didn't get up at that time. But what gave me the extra edge was that I called it my alive at 5. And I know there's lots of sayings for getting up at 5, so I kind of tried to come up with my own. So yeah, what gave me the extra time was actually 5 p.m. as well, when I finished my job. Basically, I do have a 9 to 5 job, and for me at the moment that supports my home and my bills. So for many people, after they finish their 9 to 5, they're kind of done with the day. After once 5 o'clock comes around in the evening, most people see it as that it's their entitled or justified time to chill out, so to speak. But for entrepreneurs, or people that are trying to be entrepreneurs and start and run their own businesses, 5 p.m. is another time to get back on it. So for me, 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. are key times where my mindset shifts into action, and just of the mindset that this is my time to utilise to create the life that I want. And initially I used to always be tired after work, especially if you've been busy and you've got a job that demands a lot from you. I kind of tricked my mind to just stop thinking about being tired and just got in the zone of this is my time to create the life of my dreams. And I just that shift just gave me those extra hours. So I've now got 5 o'clock till 7:30 in the morning. That's my time to do things that support me. So exercising, reading, doing courses and classes and things like that, because I feel like I'm the most focused first thing in the morning. Yes, in the evening I am a bit more worn out, but I still felt that I could push through, and that was time that I can spend on my business, and again reading and meditating and things like that, anything that supports me and being a better version of myself and creating a better life for myself. So I think society and the majority of people have created this mindset that work time is just between 9 to 5. Just trying to ignore that and encourage you to shift your mindset off of that. Oh, we've only got 8 hours a day to work. We don't. We have a lot more. And really, you've just got to ask yourself, is watching TV helping you create what you're looking to do? Could you be spending that time exercising, studying, actually working on a business or a brand? And someone that really helped me get this 5am passion, like this passion to get up at 5am, was Robin Sharma. When he said some words, I believe it was, your days are your life in miniature, that really hit home, because actually when you look over your life, even over the last month, those things that you've been doing day in, day out are creating your life. So where you are today is because of what you've done up till now. And really, if you can really nail down on those things that you do every day, you will see that progress over the long period of time when you look back. It seems so simple, and I think that's why a lot of people dismiss simple habits. They don't see the power in them because they're looking at it as, one workout isn't going to make you buff or shredded and lean, but also reading one book maybe isn't going to change your life. It's doing these things day in, day out for years and enjoying the process of doing them that will change your life. As is, eating one bad meal that isn't going to make you overweight or unhealthy. And another quote from Robin Sharma is, small daily improvements lead to stunning results. And for me, that is so true, because when I decided to turn my life around, stop drinking, stop eating fast food, I have the occasional treat, and of course I'm not teetotal, but it was doing less of what was bad for me and doing more of what was good for me, is where I saw the change in my life. And I saw it pretty immediately in the mindset thing. I had more energy, I was clear-minded. So for people that don't know what their purpose is and they're struggling of what direction to go in, I wouldn't worry about that for now. If that's something that you're struggling with, I would just worry about implementing healthy things into your day-to-day life, and that kind of just leads you to a better life and opportunities just start showing up. Well, that's what happened for me, so that's why I encourage healthy habits as much as I do. What I learned from my coach recently was that evening routines can help you to really get a head start even more on your morning routines. So having everything prepared and ready for the next day just doesn't eat into that time when you are most focused, most alert, and have the most energy. So if you can do some things in your evening routine that helps you crack on with your morning one, it just give you that extra advantage. And that's something I've started implementing recently and have found very powerful. And because I was finding that by the time I'd done everything I needed to do, picked my clothes to go exercise, or found my supplements, if I just got them all ready for the night before, it just gave me these 20-minute time savings in the morning. So tell me below, what is your current morning routine, or what is something you're going to implement into your morning and even your evening routine to help you change your life? And is there any suggestions or tips that you have or that you need in order to create your morning routine? Feel free to comment those below. I look forward to reading those. I hope this video helped. If it did, please give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you for watching.